morning. My name is Ashley. For those of you that don't know me, I work with Katie at the Henry Ford in the Dearborn location. And we're going to be rotating between myself, Katie, and Alexa this year with doing the online class. We're going to go ahead and get started today. We'll start with a warm-up. So everybody go ahead and get seated. Today we'll be using a set of hand weights, a small kitchen towel here, and our mat, yoga mat for the floor. All right. So we'll sit down onto the edge of our seat, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring our feet out so that we have a nice, good base of support, pulling those shoulders back. And we'll start with some deep breaths in, okay? As we're taking that deep breath in, we're going to bring our arms up, pausing at the top, and then exhaling as we come down. So we'll do 5 here. Coming up. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Next, we're going to do some shoulder circles. So first, we're going to go in that backwards circle. And once we get to 5, then we're going to reverse it and come forward. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reversing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now next, opening up at the shoulders and chest, we're going to bring our hands facing forward so that our palms are facing towards our face. And then as we open, the palms of our hands are going to rotate into the out towards the computer. We'll do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now getting some movement in through our wrists, we're going to do some flutters with our hands. So we start with one flex down, the other flex up, and we're going to rotate. We'll do this to the count of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now opening up at the fingers and wrists, we're going to interlock our hands, bring our hands in towards our chest, and then we're going to push out and feel that stretch in our fingers. And we'll do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now opening up, getting our muscles and our neck nice and warm. We're going to do some alternating in between looking up and looking down. We're going to alternate until we get to 10. So starting from that neutral position, looking up towards the ceiling, that's 1, and then looking all the way down towards the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now looking over our shoulder, first we'll start looking to the right and then we'll switch looking to our left. So starting from that neutral position, looking over my right shoulder and then back to center, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're going to do a nice long reach. When we're reaching forward, we're going to have our fingers nice and wide. We can even give them a good wiggle. And then as we pull back, we're going to squeeze in between our shoulder blades and make a fist with our hands. And we'll do 5 here. So reaching forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next, we're going to reach to the side. So again, with this one, we'll reach with that right hand towards the left. When we reach, we're going to turn our whole body and then back to that starting position. So we'll do 5 in this direction with the right reaching to the left, and then we're going to switch with that left hand reaching to the right. So starting with that right hand first, reaching across our body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And switching to the opposite side. Ready and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next, coming back to that center position, we're going to take a big step out with our leg. We'll start with that right leg first. We're going to step up and out and then back in. So we'll do 5 with that right side, and then we're going to switch and do 5 with that left side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. And switching to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next, we're going to do some marches with that exaggerated arm swing. We're going to alternate until we get to 10 with this one. Ready? Coming up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we're going to do some heel raises and toe raises. So we're going to bring the heels up off the floor and then bring the toes up off the floor. So we'll alternate between the two. Okay. And we'll do this 1 to 10. So coming up onto our toes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then last, we'll just do some circles with our ankles. We'll do 5 in the clockwise direction and then 5 in the counterclockwise direction for each foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Go ahead and take a drink if you want to, and we'll talk about our circuits that we're doing today. All right, so today we're going to do 2 different circuits. They're each going to be made up of 3 exercises, and we'll go through and do 2 rounds of each. Okay. I I have an option for seated for all the standing exercises that we're doing. We'll do a minute on for the exercise and then 30 seconds to transition to the next exercise. All right. So starting with that first circuit, the first one that we're going to do is standing marches with opposite arm knee tap. So in that standing position, we can use the chair to hold on to. If needed, you're just going to bring that hand to your knee here. And we can do the same thing in seated in the chair. So I can bring up here. I can even bring my hands behind my head if I want to make it a little bit more challenging in that seated position and give a twist towards that knee. Okay. So first option, our first exercise is that march. The second one is going to be a side step with a jab. And for this, we'll use our hand weights. And again, we'll do it in standing, but I'll give an option for seated as well. So with this one, I'm going to take a big step out to the side, punch, punch, opposite side, punch, punch. If you need to do it in the seated position, very similar. We're going to sit down. You'll open one leg up like we did in that warm up, punch to that side, back in, opposite leg, punch, punch. And again, we'll do it in the standing position if you can. If not, we can do it in that seated position. The next exercise is going to be long arc quad with a bicep curl. And again, we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. So I'm going to curl with my one hand as I pick that opposite leg out and then switching sides for that duration of 1 minute. All right. Anybody have any questions? No? All right. I'm going to set the timer and we'll get started. So starting with that standing marches, opposite leg arm touch. Ready? Go. Good, looking good. Halfway there. Ten more seconds. Good. We have 30 seconds to get to the next exercise. We're going to pick up those hand weights. We'll do our side step, either in that standing position with our hand weights or in the seated position, that big step out with the punches as well. Get ready to go in 10 seconds. Good, big step out, punch, punch, opposite side. Halfway there. Ten more seconds. Good. Next one is going to be our kicks with the opposite bicep curl. So I'm going to curl with one arm, the opposite leg's going to kick out. And we'll get ready to go in about 10 seconds. All right, starting. Halfway there. Okay. So that's the first round. We'll do one more round with the same 3 exercises, okay? Go ahead and get a drink of water. We'll start in about another 30 seconds. All right, getting ready to start with those standing marches with the opposite leg, left arm tap. Ready? We can do this with that seated option as well. You get a little bit of twist through that upper trunk area. Good. More than halfway there. All right, 30 seconds to grab our hand weights so that we can do those punches with our step. Again, we can do this seated with just the stepping out with the leg and stepping back in. You're ready to go in about 10. And starting. Halfway there. Looks good. Good. Sitting down, we got 30 seconds. Next up is that bicep curl with the opposite leg kicking out. Good, 10 more seconds and we go. Sitting up nice and tall. Kick. We can draw that belly button in towards our spine so our tummy muscles are staying nice and tight. Good, halfway there. Ten more seconds. All right. Ooh, go ahead and get a drink of water. That first set of exercises is already down. All right, so for the next set, we're gonna do same format. There'll be 3 exercises. We'll spend a minute with each exercise, 30 seconds to transition, and we're gonna do 2 rounds of them as well. Excuse me. So the first one we're gonna do, we're gonna need that little hand kitchen towel. And with this one, I want you, while you're doing the movement, you're gonna pull almost like you're trying to rip that towel in half. So we're getting all those muscles along the side of our shoulders activated. And then we're gonna bring it up as high as we can overhead and then pull down into a W position, back up and down to that starting position. So this will be the first one. We can do this one in either a seated or standing position, whichever one that you feel comfortable in. Moving to the next one, we're gonna do a row with our hand weight, and we'll do this in a hinged position. So again, we can either do this seated or in that standing position. If you're gonna be standing, you're gonna use the chair into this position here, bending forward at the waist. So bending forward at the waist, I'm gonna start at my ankle and then pull up towards my hip. Okay. So same thing, I can do it in the seated position, hinging forward, and I'm gonna do that same motion, starting at my ankle, pulling up, keeping that elbow tucked in, pulling up towards my hip. And that will be our hinge row. The last one we're gonna do, so we'll just hold on to one hand weight for this one here. We're gonna do a squat into a bicep curl, into an overhead press. So it's gonna look like this. If you're doing it in the standing position, you're gonna hold your weight, squatting down, up, curling up, and then pushing that weight over your head, okay? In the seated position, we can do the same movement. I'm gonna, with my weight, tap towards the floor, come up into that seated position, curl, and then up overhead, okay? So starting with that towel W, and we can do this in a standing or seated position. You ready? Coming up, pulling down, Working on shoulder mobility and strengthening those postural muscles, getting out of that rounded position. About halfway there. Good. Good, 30 seconds. We're gonna grab our hand weight. We're gonna do that hinge row either in that standing position or seated. Again, we wanna make sure that we keep a nice flat back. I'm not letting my shoulder and back sag into this position. I'm keeping a good posture. Starting. We'll keep it with one side. When we do the next round, we'll switch to the opposite. Nice, slow and controlled, especially on that way down. Good, almost there. All right. 30 seconds. We're moving into that squat with the bicep curl to the overhead press. And we go on about 15. Squatting down, up, curl, over. Halfway there. And again, we can do this in that seated position as well. Good. All right. Go ahead and get a drink of water. We're going to do that same round one more time. So now with those rows, if you did it with that right arm, we're going to reverse it, switch sides, and do with our left next. We'll go in about another 10 seconds. So starting with those towel overhead with pulling down into a W. Ready? Starting. Good, about halfway there. Good, 10 more seconds. All right, grabbing our hand weights, getting ourselves set up for that hinged row. So I'm switching sides for this one. Starting about 5. So starting at that ankle, pulling up towards the ceiling, back to that hip. And nice, slow and controlled. Halfway there. Right. In 30 seconds, we go with our squats. Good, starting, squatting down, up, curl, over. Halfway there. Good. All right, go ahead and grab a drink of water. We're going to get set up for the power series. Today we're going to go over our power moves in prone, and we'll do 10 repetitions in each position, okay? So we'll go over the prone. I'll also show you in the seated position, just in case you want to do it with the chair as well. So we'll need our yoga mat for this one. Trying to see the best camera angle to get you guys for this one. So first I'll show you the 4 power moves in the prone position, and then I'll show you the option to do it in the seated okay, after we get through the series. So with our power up, laying on our belly, that first power up position, we're gonna bring our elbows out wide. Our head's gonna go down, and then we're gonna push up big and fast, bringing those elbows tucked in underneath us. That's our power up, okay? Next, with our weight shifting. So from this position, I'm gonna reach across, reach across. The next one is going to be our power twist. With our power twist from the starting position, I'm going to thread one hand underneath that space in between the ground and my arm. So I'm going to thread through, lay onto my side, my leg comes up, I open, close, and then leg comes down, back onto my stomach. And again, that opposite side's now going to thread through, coming up, open, and closing. And then the last one will be our power step. So on our belly, I'm going to open, together, open, together. So those are the 4 moves that we'll be doing on our belly. But I will show you an option to do it in that seated position as well. And a lot of you are familiar with these moves, but we'll just give a little short refresher. So in the chair, that power up. Coming down and opening up. That will be your power up. Next, when we're doing that reaching, one arm is going to come down towards our thigh. We're going to kick out that opposite leg and reach up, looking towards the ceiling. Our head looks at our hand, back into that starting position, elbow onto that opposite side, kicking out, reaching up. All right. The twist, we're going to open up that T for twist, turning, open, turn, and then the step. We're starting with our legs close together, stepping out with our hand and arm together, in, hand and arm. Okay? So, again, we're doing it on our belly. I just wanted you to have an option to see how you can participate if you're not able to get up and down from the ground. Okay. With the twists and the steps, we're gonna alternate side to side. We'll do 10 repetitions of each, okay? So starting first with that power up, doing 10, elbows wide, coming down and up. That's 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10. All right. Next one, we're going to do that rock and reach on our belly or in the chair. So with this one, I'm going to alternate until I get to 10. Ready? So I'm reaching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. The next one we're going to do is that power twist. So reaching underneath. We're going to rotate between sides. So we'll do 10 total, but it will give us 5 on each side. So I'm going to start with that left hand reaching towards the right underneath my right arm, bringing my leg up and open. Together, that's 1. And switching. Threading that needle again on the opposite side. Opening. 2. Good. Threading through. And up. Open. 3. Coming up. Threading through. Open. 4. And through. Open. 5. Threading through. Together. Open. 6. Threading through. Together. Open. 7. Threading through. Together. Open. 8. Threading through. 9. Threading through. 10. Good. And then the next one we're going to do is that step. So I'm going to step out nice and wide with my arm, giving that nice side bend through my body, then back together. And we'll alternate until we get to 10 here as well. Ready? Starting with that right side. Out. Together, that's 1. Out. Together, 2. Out. Together, 3. Out. Together, 4. Out. Together, 5. Out. Together, 6. Out. Together, 7. Out. Together, 8. Out. Together, 9. Out. Together, 10. All right, how we feeling? Good? Good. The last exercise that we'll do is just stringing them together. And again, we can do this either lying down on your stomach, or you can do it in that seated position if you choose to. We're just going to take those 4 moves and we're going to string it together into one movement, and we'll repeat this 5 times. So I'll show you one time first what it will look like. So we'll come in to that power up, and then into our reach, together, reach, together. We're going to thread through, open, close, thread through, open, close, and out, together, out, together. All right, so we're going to do that 5 times. Everybody ready? Good. Starting, so into that power up, and we reach, together, reach, together, thread through, open, and back to the belly, opposite side, threading through, open, good, into our power step, together, step, together, going straight into that power up again, power up, and reach, together, reach, together, twist, and open, twist, good, open, twist. Good. Step together, step together, and again into that power up, and reach together, reach together. Going into our twist. Open, twist, opposite side, through, open, twist, coming up into our power step, step, together, step, together, going straight into that power up again, chest down, power up, and going into our reach, together, reach, together, into the twist, threading through, open, twist, and opposite side, through, open, twist, into our step, together, step, together, and last one, chest down, power up, good, and reach, together, reach, together, threading through, coming onto our side, and open, together, opposite side, threading through, good, onto our side, open, together, back to the stomach, step, together, step, together. Whew, good. It's warm in here now. How are we feeling? Good. I always say, like, I've been teaching the in-person class, but I don't ever have to do the exercises with you when I teach it in person. So when I do it in person, it's funny. I feel like I get a little winded and I get warm when I'm doing them too. So I'm right there with you guys. Go ahead and get a drink of water, and then we'll start with our cool down. All right. All right, everybody. So we're going to start with stretching out that upper trap neck area. What I'm going to have you do is bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. You want to relax on that left side. So perhaps holding on to the bottom of the chair so that the shoulder doesn't hike up. And you're going to bring that ear. If you want a little bit deeper of a stretch, you can use your opposite hand to get a light pull there. And we'll just hold. Good. Switching to that opposite side. I'm going to bring my left ear towards my left shoulder, relaxing that right side so I feel that stretch. And again, I can give a little overpressure if needed. Good. Next, you're going to bring your head down, and I want you to turn and rotate it towards that left shoulder. You should feel stretched now from the base of your head to the top of your shoulder blade. And again, I can give a little bit of overpressure here, almost as if I'm trying to put my nose into my armpit. Good. We'll go to that opposite shoulder. So looking down, turning towards that right. Again, I can give a little overpressure. Good. Next, I'm going to have you take your hands. You're going to interlace them, put them behind your neck, and you're going to fold in. As you fold in, you're going to exhale, and then you're going to open up. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale as we fold in. Bring your elbows out wide. Taking deep breath in. 2, 3, 4. So opening up at that chest. And 5. Good. Stretching out the back of our shoulder. We're going to take that right arm. We're going to bring it across our body, hold it with the left, and we'll do some wrist circles here. We'll do 10 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switching the arms, that left side's going to come across your body, holding with your right hand. We'll do some circles with the wrist on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now with your left hand, you're going to reach it towards that right knee. And to give yourself a little bit of twist, the other hand's going to come to the side of the chair. And we're going to hold this position here, feeling that twist through our trunk. And to the opposite side. So now my right hand is going to reach for that left thigh. Left hand's going to the chair and twist. Good. Stretching the back of our thigh, our hamstrings. We're going to bring our leg out all the way straight. You want to make sure that you're not bending at the knee. And then you're going to hinge forward at that waist, reaching down towards your toes until you feel stretch in the back of your thigh. We'll hold this one here. Good. And we'll switch opposite side. Good. All the way straight at the knee, reaching down towards your toes. So you feel that stretch in the back of your thigh. Good. Now we're gonna bring our knee in towards our chest, hugging it in tight, and we'll do some ankle circles. Again, we'll do 10 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then switching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the opposite side, bringing it in towards your chest. And we'll do ankle circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And last one, we're gonna cross our leg, bring that knee in towards that opposite side hip. Now you should feel that stretch more in the side of your hip there. Good, and switching sides. Good.